social media.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
So it's a powerful tool for everybody, for the entire society, including dental professionals.
Yes, ma'am.
We
It
cannot
is.
stay out of this game. So, but how do we start? How to get engaged with this? It's not that, it seems like it's easy, but it's not that easy,
This is true.
right?
Yeah.
So it's a very crowded digital space, and I think it's important for us to navigate it and learn more tips. So, hello everybody. I'm Dr. Ehsani. I'm a philosopher.
And I'm Dr. Arno Wright. I'm so excited to be having this chat today. Today, we're going to be diving into strategies for you to build your online brand, both professionally and personally.
From the American Dental Association, this is Dental Soundbites, created for dentists by dentists. Ready? Let's dive right into real talk on dentistry's daily wins and sticky situations.
We are very excited to be here at SmileCon. We are connecting with our community. We are learning from our community, and we are learning from our colleagues.
Yes, we are. It's so good to be back, and I'm so glad that we have some guests that are here with us today. Have y'all been enjoying SmileCon?
Absolutely.
Good.
Very much so
Yes.
far.
Yes, I'm enjoying SmileCon too. We want to remind everybody before we jump into the episode today that if you want to be a part of our growing Dental Soundbites family, please take a moment to subscribe to the show wherever you listen so that you can stay updated with all of our latest episodes. And don't forget, you can now watch every episode
I
on
know.
YouTube.
I love it.
So exciting.
So let's go and move into the episode, right?
Let's do it.
So, Arnel,
Yes, ma'am.
as you know, these days having an online presence, you know more than anybody,
Well,
or maybe equally as our guests.
I would say our guests
definitely
they
better
might
than
know it
me.
all. Yeah.
It's very important having an online presence, and you can really help dental professionals,
Yep.
students, the entire dental community, and the public, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And connect with patients, grow your practice, grow as a professional. So it's really a very dynamic relationship,
For sure.
right?
Yeah. So I'm all about my social media. Y'all know that. And I'm so excited today. It's not going to be about me. I'm excited that we're going to have a conversation centered around social media about how our amazing guests have built their online brands. We want you to share your personal stories. So today we're excited to welcome Dr. Britany Baker and Dr. Sara Ehsani to the show.
Yay.
Hello.
Welcome, ladies.
Hi, everyone.
So can you guys just tell us a little bit about yourselves? Just tell us more, introduce yourselves to our Dental Soundbites family.
Sure. So my name's Britany Baker, Dr. Baker. I have an Instagram called @peaceful.toothdoc that I started posting on in about 2021. I have been a dentist for about 4 years now. On my social media, I love to post about patient education and also just my experience as a dentist to connect with other dental professionals. And yeah.
There we go. And Dr. Ehsani.
I'm Sara Ehsani. So I'm a pediatric dentist. My social media, my Instagram and TikTok are both Sara, SARAEDDS. So I started when did Instagram come out? 2010. So I started mine like 2013 or 14, but it was
same.
like at that time, like one post a year or something like that. But so it wasn't as popular as it is right now. And TikTok, I think I started my TikTok during COVID time.
Okay.
So when I was out of work, so that's what I did. And my goal is or has always been to inspire and to educate.
Okay.
So that's why I have my social media platforms.
Good. Okay.
I mean, it's interesting because you have been on social media for what? 10 years, right? Wow.
Yeah.
It seems you said that you started with one post.
A year at that.
Yeah, like the frequency was like very low, right? And obviously, I'm sure it's high now.
Yeah.
But what made you change your behavior and being more engaged? And what kind of strategies did you use at the beginning?
So I feel like when I started being more engaged in social media, especially I would say first with Instagram. I saw a lot of people message me and send me directs. They told me that we love this about you, or this inspires us, or they wanted to know more. Because I'm from Iran, so I'm an immigrant. I moved to the States in
I can tell from your accent. I knew you were Iranian.
I love that.
No, I live in Dallas, but I don't have any Texas accent here.
Not, absolutely not.
So I moved here in 2013 to the States, and then I was in LA first, and went to UCLA, did my advanced standing program, got a license there, and then I went to UConn for my pediatric dentistry
did?
residency. Yes.
How come I don't know you? When did you graduate?
I'm sorry. I graduated in 2018 from my pediatric
interesting.
dentistry residency.
So with
Yes.
Mina.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay,
Yes,
keep going.
So, and then after that, I moved to Dallas and I started working as a pediatric dentist. But what happened is that a lot of dentists, especially I feel like in my home country in Iran, they wanted to come to America and then do the path that I take. So they asked me on Instagram how to do that, or ask me questions, and then I felt like, okay, I can educate people, and I can do podcasts, and I can do I can find other methods to educate. Also being involved with organized dentistry, so that helped a lot. So that's it. And then for my TikTok, so I got mostly engaged when I started doing videos with my dental assistant. So some of them took off and they got a lot of views. That helped a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice story.
Yeah. And Dr. Baker.
Yeah, so I've been posting on social media pretty much my entire life. It started in middle school. In dental school, though, I started sharing a lot on my personal Instagram, just of things I was going through. Just I would post I don't know, if we had a really hard test or something, I'd post a picture of me crying, studying for the test, be like anyone else. And I guess for me, I was just always really unfiltered on there. And I think that that's what a lot of people like about my content is it's kind of relatable. It's I don't really care to throw myself under the bus sometimes and just talk about the hard things that we go through. And I think it's good to just have someone that you can look at and be like, oh, they're going through that too. So that's something that helps me. That's something that I wanted to give other people as well.
Yeah.
I totally feel that, because one of your posts, I was like, oh yes, we've been through that, all of us, but nobody talks about that. So that's really good. And that's how actually I started following you, because of all of your posts. Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Did y'all know each other before SmileCon and before this? Just sidebar. No.
No, just follow, not online.
On social
but
media.
Instagram
Yeah.
friends.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah.
the Instagram and social media is just so powerful, and when you meet in real life, isn't it just it's just life changing, right?
Yeah.
It's you instantly have a friend because you've been following each other. You kind of resonate with the content a little bit.
Yeah, you feel like you know them.
Exactly.
In a way.
Yeah.
I want to learn from you people. So,
Talk to us.
so tell me, how many followers do you have?
Right now, I have 22.7 on Instagram, and then TikTok. I'm very new.
22,700.
Yeah.
And on TikTok?
On TikTok, it's not that much. It's about 3,800. But I just started my TikTok pretty recently.
Well
which
done.
one? Which one is your platform
The
of choice?
big one is Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Sarah?
So, I mean, not nearly there.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No,
She's
you're
an
growing.
influencer
I will
to
give
me,
you
so-
my followers, and then you will have a heart
Yes.
attack.
So I feel like I'm more I'm a dentist with influence than being an influencer.
Oh, I love that. Oh, we should
That's
get into that a
interesting,
little bit in the
actually.
show.
Yeah, so that's, and then, my goal is to inspire and influence and lead. So that's been
Okay.
helping. But hopefully I can get there. I need to be more engaged. And she started early, so I didn't start
I
that
think
early.
I have 450 followers.
Hey,
on
that's a
Instagram.
start. We all
That
start
is.
somewhere.
You got to start
I know.
somewhere.
No, but this has been going on for 10 years.
It's
pretty
okay.
flat.
It's never too late.
It isn't.
I'm being severely criticized by my kids, but anyway, we now with this interaction, I think I will learn a lot of tips, and maybe I can improve my social media behavior. But you mentioned how relatable you are, which
Yeah.
is a great benefit of this for you, learning more about yourself, but also for the people that follow you. So, what other benefits do you think that you have experienced through this interaction?
I think that there's been a lot of benefits. I think one, just for myself, just connecting with other people. I've had a lot of people just message me, like dental students, like other young dentists, and just connecting with people. And then the other one that I think is really good is just educating the patients. Like the fulfillment that I get from a message from someone who's just like, I've been suffering with this and I've been afraid of going to the dentist. And after watching your videos, like I had the courage to schedule an appointment with my dentist in, the first time in like 10 years
great.
or something. And for me, like that's something that's really fulfilling that I really like about social media.
That's great. Sarah, what about you?
I would say the same probably. So connecting with my peers and also with my patients, because some of my patients, when they come, they tell me that, they know me from social media or from my TikToks. And then they're like, we feel like we know you and we feel like we can trust you.
Okay.
And so that is really good. And then sometimes like when I post stuff about procedures I do, some patients reach out and then they ask me about that and they want to do that with me. So it definitely helps with that, helps with, connecting with your peers, like how I know Dr. Baker from social media platforms. So that always helps. And just being involved in your community and helping with advocacy, I think that too.
But I think what you mentioned earlier, and I really liked it because as an immigrant, I have a soft spot on this. The fact that you have people from around the world, Iran and other countries, I'm sure, identifying with you and reaching out to learn more about pathways of how they can, imitate, if you will, or follow the path that you already walked through. I think this is also very important. And I'm sure that this gives you fulfillment, equal fulfillment, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes, when they reach out to me and then they tell me that, I've been inspiring to them and they want to learn and they want to see how I did it. And then I'm like, yes, you can do it. And they say you can't do it all, but you can do it all. You just need to how to manage it all.
Yeah.
But you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And it's a
Sí se
really
puede.
unique situation, like being trained in another country and then moving to another one. It's like very unique. So, sharing with other people is probably really helpful.
Yes, because immigrating to another country is very difficult by itself. And then, like being a leader and being inspiring, I think that adds up to that. And then everybody likes that and they want to hear that. So that's my goal, to educate and lead.
There you go. So now we're going to take a little bit of a turn because we know that social media, like posting, can be very, very tricky as professionals, as, individuals. One thing that you said earlier, Sarah, was that you are a dentist with influence. So I would love for you both to take this first question on how does being a dental influencer differ from being other types of influencers, and you can expound upon that. And then afterwards, I want you to talk about, or, in your answer, can you share if there's any guidelines that you all have learned along the way, if you've created any guidelines, or if there's anything that our listeners can take from the Dental Soundbites family for those people that are starting their brands, they're on their brand journey. Anything that you can take from that would be great.
So as a dental influencer, I believe that we have a lot of responsibility.
Okay.
We represent dentistry as a whole whenever we're on there talking about, I'm a dentist and this is what I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have a responsibility to kind of shed a positive light on our profession, I think, because there are a lot of ways on social media that things can go south. And that's no fun whenever that happens. So I think that also having a responsibility of what we're sharing online as far as like procedures and like clinical stuff, I think that one mistake that you can make is kind of getting too into the nitty gritty of the dental stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, patients just aren't on the same level that we are. So I think that there's kind of like a threshold of things that you should be able, or things that you could talk about on there.
Okay. Is your platform mainly patient education, or is it a mixed bag? So you do. Okay,
that's a funny
talk about
question.
that.
So I think that as a dental influencer, you have to have a target audience.
Okay.
And me personally, I feel like I have kind of two target audiences.
Okay.
I have the patients, and then I also have the dental professionals.
Okay.
So I'm kind of a mix of both. But I think that one way you could go really strong on social media is go for one of those.
Okay. To start.
Yeah, to start with.
Yeah.
for
I think
sure.
we all have a mixed bag too.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way around it. But Dr. Ehsani, what's your reaction to like being a dental influencer versus other influencers and in any guidelines?
So I feel like I'm the one that does it all, like try to do it all. So Dr. Baker does a lot of like dental posts. Like I need to be better on that, but I don't do as much dental. So a lot of times like my posts are like my, just daily lifestyle,
Okay.
traveling, and then having the balance between dentistry
wellness.
and yes,
It's
like,
giving wellness.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because you're at the end of the day, you need to be like mentally and physically healthy dentist to treat your patients
Agreed.
right.
Agreed.
So it's very important. And then I feel like a lot of like my followers, they tell me that I love that you share your lifestyle, that you travel, that you do it all. You're involved in organized dentistry.
Yeah.
And also you work. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
I do. I try to manage all of that. It's just the way that you manage that and you dedicate time to that. I like to work out. I like to travel. I like to, eat at nice restaurants. And then, yes, I like to see my patients and, treat them well. So I feel like it's the balance of that and that when you include your lifestyle in that also, the patients are like, oh, okay, that's nice. They kind of feel like more personal. With you than just doing the profession. So that's my point of view. And but of course it's hard when you're a dental professional because you need to be worry about like what you share sometimes.
Yeah, that part.
Yes, and that's why you have to have your close friends there too. Sometimes some stuff just go to close friends.
Absolutely.
So it's important, and HIPAA is very important. So
Yes.
gotta make sure that you have, what you share, you have consent from the parent if you're sharing any videos or images of the patient, of course.
Yeah.
That makes it
It's
challenging.
one thing in how regulated social media are, but on the other hand, each of us has their own personal standards, right?
Absolutely.
And obviously, we all want to be ethical, respectful to the patients, as you said. So yeah, no, I mean, I think you both have a different niche. You
Yeah.
have a more social life, work-life balance type of niche. You have a more relatable, let's bring patient closer to what we do kind of
Yeah.
thing. I like this.
Yeah.
I like. You see, people think that it's a flat way of communication, but it's so multidimensional, right?
It is big time.
It definitely is. And not only like making the post is important, but also like how you engage on the platform is also important. So people who are watching your videos and commenting and everything, like you're going to want to comment back to them. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Because it's like, it's not just I post it and then people like it and I go away. It's like, okay, I post it and then people are telling me what they think. And then I'm having a conversation in my DMs with someone. You know what I'm saying? That's where like the real good stuff is.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
You can help more patients pay for the dentistry they want and need in just 2 steps. 1. Tell your patients you accept the Care Credit credit card. 2. Let them know that they can scan your custom link QR code to privately learn about and see if they pre-qualify for Care Credit with no impact to their credit score. It's financing simplified. For practice solutions or to add Care Credit endorsed by ADA Member Advantage as a financing solution, visit carecredit.com. Laurel Road is committed to serving the financial needs of dentists, which includes helping you find the best path forward for your student loans. Laurel Road now offers free 30-minute consultations with one of their GradFin student loan specialists. Get the facts and develop a personalized plan by scheduling your consultation today at laurelroad.com/ADA. Laurel Road and GradFin are brands of KeyBank National Association.
Have you noticed any common mistakes that people make in this, in the process of becoming dental influencers or in general influencers, I guess?
Yeah.
And in the way that you develop your social media profile and your presence, like what do you think that are the most common mistakes?
I think the most common mistakes are really like two things. One, just not being original, just kind of posting like only trends and just what everyone else is doing. And second is just not posting because you want everything that you're posting to be like really perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that video is good, but like I bet I could say it in a little bit different way and it would sound better. So I'll re-record it tomorrow. And then you put it off and you put it off and you put it off. But like, in all reality, social media is imperfect, and just posting your content, just post it. Like, that's my biggest advice.
Yeah.
You know, you say that, but there are so many interesting comments many times from the skeptical perspective, right?
Yeah.
Especially my generation, we tend to comment on the perfection that you mentioned. Yes, a lot of people do present themselves as perfect. The perfect life, the perfect...
and maybe that's their niche. Like,
maybe that's their niche.
Yeah.
But there are many, there are short movies developed on this that show the perfection / the reality, right?
Yeah.
So I like the fact that you want to present a relatable profile, which is, this is who I am, this is how I treat my patient, and that's who I am in real life.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great niche.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree totally. So at the end of the day, we're first human beings and then professionals.
Right.
So that's important that you post like who you are yourself and be honest to yourself too. But like common mistakes that I see that influencers make is like sometimes like focusing only on one thing. So that could be a mistake. So you want to kind of like make it more like diversify your page more.
Keep it interesting.
To target different kind of audience. That always helps. And also using trendy songs helps. So if you don't use trendy songs or don't use proper hashtags, so that can lower your
Tell me
audience.
more about this. Like, what do you mean proper hashtags? Like, for example, teach me.
Like trendy hashtags, or if you're like, just make sure you're using the appropriate hashtags with the posts and relevant hashtags. So that always gets you
So
target
it's a
more
science,
audience.
right?
Oh, it's a
formula.
deep science. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a science I think that we're all gonna always be exploring, especially if you're after growth. Would you all say the same thing? Like if you want to continue to grow your platform, that you have to continue learning the nuances?
The algorithm changes every single day. So like right now, hashtags are great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I feel that content also now is kind of leaning more towards like long form, like more like 1 minute long videos where you are making your own video. You're not, talking over like a sound or something like that. You are speaking to the camera like it is your sound. I think that content is really trending towards that because for so long it has been just about like trending sounds and things. And that's still very, very important to use the trending sounds. But it's kind of leaning more towards like unique content now.
I want to ask you all about something that I think everyone wants with their social media platforms, and that's virality. So I want you all to tell us a story. If you've ever had a post that went viral, tell us about that story. Tell us like about that post, what it did for your audience. Speak to virality a little bit. Whatever your reactions are about virality.
For
using
me,
your story.
I have went viral a few times, and some have been good and some have not been so good. I think that whenever a post goes viral, I'm posting to my 22.7 thousand followers and they'll see it and I'll get mostly positive feedback. But if I have a video that goes viral, that's the video that I'm getting the most hate comments, the most,
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Because you're being exposed to just a wider variety of people. And it's like if most people that see my posts are dental professionals and patients who like the dentist, then if my post goes viral, everybody's saying it. And then I hear everybody's opinions.
Okay. So let's take that. Okay, wait, Dr. Ehsani, you go. Have you ever had a post go viral?
Yes.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it. And I have a follow-up question for you both.
But if you're asking me, no. I haven't.
I'm shocked.
You will.
Yeah.
I had it. So one of my posts, like on TikTok, like it went viral. Like one of the, that was like something that we made in the office with the dental assistants, and yes, so you get a lot of it wasn't like a lot because it was mostly like a funny video, but like some comments that are like, they don't like
They're
it.
not nice.
And yes, they're not nice. Or
Not nice.
The mean people. So I want to ask you both about, from a viral perspective, when you were building your audience, did you notice a jump in your audience count from the viral posts, or did it negatively impact your audience growth?
For me, my first one that I think, it didn't really go viral where it got millions, but it
Okay.
went viral where it got like, a few thousand, which was big for me.
10,000, 5,000,
Yeah, I'm
20?
like 30 something thousand.
Okay.
So it was my post about, I posted about the Love Island people brushing their teeth wrong.
The who?
Love Island.
Okay, perfect.
Love Island,
Okay.
USA.
Perfect.
Actually,
Okay.
I think it was the UK. Anyway, they weren't brushing their teeth well. They were using an electric toothbrush and just going to town on their gums.
That is so unique. Wow. Okay. So
Yeah,
you're
but
watching the show.
We were sitting there watching the show one night, at dinner, after work, I'm in my pajamas,
Okay.
but we were watching it and I'm just, oh my gosh, do you see that? And so in that moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to get out my phone. Like I have to record this moment because like for me, content happens on the fly. Like I don't have a
Agreed.
plan.
I do agree with that.
Yeah. So that was really the first one.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was the
I
first
love
one
it.
I think that kind of got me going. And I think just having positive feedback from that, like, oh, people like actually want to see that. Like they think that's funny.
Really?
So, yeah. So then I started posting more.
And then it jumped your audience. It increased or grew, or
I would say that I've probably grown pretty consistently. Like I've jumped a few thousand followers
Okay.
before, like maybe like 5,000 before in like a few days.
And what
But-
about you, Dr. Ehsani?
So, well, I don't think that helped that much. So it was a post on TikTok that
Okay.
got 270,000 views.
270,000 views? Oh my gosh.
Insane.
Yes, that
Never.
was a lot. That got a lot of views. And, but I mean, I wouldn't say that it like jumped my followers that much because of that
Okay.
post. Some
Okay.
posts like they get a lot of views and some they don't. So,
And
It
you never
just
know
depend-
which ones are going to get the views.
exactly.
You
Very
never
true. It's
know.
always unexpected, I believe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I would never guess that dental health related posting will become viral. It's interesting.
Yeah.
My observation is that, of course, you find haters in every audience. in a
Haters
dental
make us greater.
Yeah, exactly. Getting into the end of our discussion, I would like to make sure that we really put down like one or two strategies, like for people that really want to start building their brand and have a social media presence. Like, how would you prioritize? What are your tips? I mean, I know that both of you have again, as we said, a different niche, but I think you have a very clear vision. So give us your tips.
Here's what I would do. If I was starting off on Instagram brand new today, I would try to post 3 to 5 times per week. I would do 1 with a trending sound. I would do 2 that are just me talking and just like something that I made. And then every single person that comments on one of my posts, I'm going to comment back to them and I'm going to go and comment on one of their posts.
Well done. So putting a heart on a comment, not enough.
That's not enough.
Not enough.
And
This is what I'm so lazy.
I comment back emoji, but I still think that's kind of lazy. I think the algorithm doesn't like that. And
Yeah.
I think that commenting back with words is what's best.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it shows that you really you heard them, you acknowledge them, and you put an effort.
Exactly.
On this, right?
Yeah.
Sarah.
Social media is a full-time job, but
It is.
yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
Podcasting also is a full-time job.
Takes a lot of time, but definitely I agree. Engaging with your audience is very important, and commenting back, responding to your audience, to the messages, to the comments. So that always can help you grow your social media.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question for me that I'm completely literate in this? So you said post 3 to 5 times a week, one with a trending sound. What does this mean? You mean music?
Yep. So basically on, social media, there will be trending sounds.
Which
I'm
I
trying
always
to think
ignore.
of a trending sound. What's a trending sound that everyone knows?
Like right now.
It's music, right?
And we're gonna have a good day.
Yeah. So
No
there
matter
will be
what they
trending
say.
songs that like everybody will post to. Like
Right.
and to get on that bandwagon, you want to do that because when people click on the song, they'll see all the videos that people have used the song for.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you can be at the top if you've gone viral too.
science.
You can be at the top.
You can be at the top. Yeah, if your video has the most views, it will be at the top when they click on the song.
Wow. Interesting.
On the next Dental Soundbites.
What will the future of dentistry look like?
We are talking about the ADA Forsyth Institute, and we are going to learn more about the future of dentistry, innovation and technology, and what they are up to.
I think this has been a really good conversation. Yeah. Did you have
It's
another
great.
question,
No,
Dr.
no,
Epic?
no. I'm
Okay,
just
you're thinking.
I'm thinking about all these things that we learn.
I
and
know.
they are amazing.
Yeah.
I never knew that it's so complicated.
Oh, it gets deeper.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the more you learn, the more you have to relearn and then you have to unlearn.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. We're only scratching the surface here.
I
Yeah.
know. I
So
mean,
I guess we're gonna have to do a part 2.
we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else that you would like to share with us? I know that you have a lot of things to say, but like concluding this, anything else that you would like to bring up? I like that you said, both of you brought up the fact how authentic we have to be, right? I really like this message. So just, share more wisdom.
Yeah, I think that, just posting yourself, every single person has a niche. Like you just post what you're interested in and other people are going to be interested in that as well. Like there's so many people on social media now. I think there's a niche for everything and just post. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get out there and it'll all work out.
Yes, do your best. So you don't need to, be better than the other person. We just here as women dentists, we just want to empower each other. So that's very important.
Oh, here you are.
Absolutely.
Power.
So empowering each other is very important. I know like you can be in competition with others, but competition makes you grow. And you're always in competition with yourself. So that's how you need to see that. And I would say just do your best and, that's what you're doing. That's your best. And be proud of yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's great.
Well, Dr. Baker and Dr. Ehsani, we are so glad to have had you all on the show today. Can you tell our listeners before we wrap, can you tell them where they can find out more about you, your work, and where they can follow you online?
Yeah, so on Instagram, I am at peaceful.toothdoc. And on TikTok, I am at Dr. Britany, dr.bortny.
Mine is easy, both the same, at Sara.edds. So Sara.edds on Instagram and TikTok. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Well, for our listeners, if you know an aspiring dental influencer that needs to hear this episode, please be sure to share it with them. Share it with your friends, anybody that's aspiring to start their social media channels.
And
well.
also following all these algorithms.
Correct.
Don't
I know, right?
forget to rate our episode and write a review and follow us obviously on social media. She's really good on this. And I feel like anytime that you post for Dental Soundbites and you tag me, or you do this thing that add to your story, it's like I feel like you knock at my door and you're like, wake up, Effie, post it.
Well,
share.
no. I always want to make sure that people know that like we're co-hosting, and so
Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah, I'm like I
Yeah.
always include my co-host.
Always, and I think it's really. I love this.
Yeah.
I think, and you always remind me, like,
Okay.
hey, let's do it.
Oh, good.
Move it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't forget, you can also watch us on the ADA YouTube channel, which is a great thing. And I think you can, people can not only listen, but
They can
see this
this
live interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank y'all so
Thank
much
you,
for being on the
guys.
show.
Thank you so much for
That
having
was great.
us.
We loved it.
Yes.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Dental Soundbites is an American Dental Association podcast. You can also find this show, resources, and more on the ADA member app and online at ada.org/podcast.